Any luck? That's a real disaster. I would like to call this special August 21st board meeting to order. Are there any revisions to tonight's agenda? No, moving right along. Any public comment? No, moving right along. First up are our personnel recommendations for hire with Mr. Means.
Thank you. I'm trying to pull them up.
It's okay, you probably don't have to. Everyone can get them on their computer, Dave. Or else on the agenda, unless you want them.
Go grab them. Agenda.
Oh,
You want?
maybe not. No.
We'll get it for you. Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's not. Okay, I've got.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for hanging around here so long. It was an interesting process to get to our 8:20 meeting, but we did it.
I see, yeah.
That's good.
Like we had them at the end, so keep going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, we could have. All right, call to order. So you've done that. We're really. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So
Discussion.
here we go.
We're on A.
Okay, so yeah, there isn't a lot of discussion here, like you said. This is a typical list of recommendations for hire. We have positions ranging from long-term substitutes to Title I teachers, as well as some additional positions. Any questions for?
No.
It's just to do, yeah, really fun. Is there any public comment, any further, sorry, any clarifying questions? Forgot. Any public comment? Back to the board.
I move we approve.
I'll second. Moved by Katie, second by Jerry, all in favor?
Aye.
That's everybody? Perfect, thank you. Moving right along, Mr. Means, our out-of-district student.
Administration recommends approval of the district enrollment applications for the following students. So these students are 5th and 11th grade.
Thank you.
And
Oh, it's okay.
And it's
can we have a
time.
question?
Are there
You certainly, yeah, you
any
can.
clarifying questions for Dave?
So did we hear correctly that first grade is also closing? I thought that that's what was said.
In our previous meeting, yeah, there was some discussion about other grades. I haven't heard that for sure yet.
That's just what was said.
Yeah, I haven't been informed of that officially yet, but maybe that they ran into some first today. And they keep across.
Any public comment? Back to the board for a motion?
I move we accept these out of district students as presented.
Second. Moved by Jerry, seconded by Quincy, all in favor?
Aye.
That's everybody. Curriculum materials for hospitality course at Whitefish High School.
Okay, those curriculum materials are attached. You can see those in the but not an opportunity to see them previously. They are attached there. They're just, it's a course material primarily for the teacher. So that they're able to teach this new class that we adopted in the spring. So we're excited about this new course. And just need to purchase the materials for the start of the school year. That's why we added it to the agenda this evening. Any questions?
I did have a clarifying question when I was looking at it. Is it a one semester class? Like you take it once, like it's one class, I know, right?
Pretty
It's
sure.
one
it is.
semester, it's not a full year, right?
Believe it.
I was just curious. That's all.
Public comment? Motion? I move that we accept the item as presented. Second. Moved by Elizabeth, second by Katie, all in favor?
Aye.
That's everybody. Thank you. This is one I've never seen before in my 5 years. Placement of a kindergarten student that will not be 5 years old by 9/10/24. Mr. Means.
Sure, this is a student we're recommending for placement in kindergarten under the exceptional circumstances provision under our policy. That's why a policy is attached. It allows you to take a look at that policy. We have procedures definitely in place to evaluate students who we're considering. If a parent requests this of us, we follow an assessment process, interviews with the student, interactions with the student by a teacher and administration. And with the parents, there's interviews as well as rating scales that are completed, which are called BASC rating scales that measure social emotional areas of either concern or strength. It also measures adaptive traits as well. So we utilize all that information to make a recommendation. The student has gone through that process and is a few days away from the cutoff date, and administration is bringing forth this recommending approval to attend November. It's important to note just one thing on this, is that when they're recommending that, they're very clear that it's for 1 year only, or it's a 1-year kindergarten program. You can't recommend a student for like a temporary or a 2-year kindergarten placement. We're recommending the student to enter kindergarten and throughout their career. Follow sequence.
Any clarifying questions?
Well, I did ask Dave on this because I read this before from 2-on-1 that if perhaps it didn't work out with the child in kindergarten, could he be put in the preschool program?
If they met the eligibility criteria for the preschool.
Does the eligibility criteria have to do with income or any of that?
No, the eligibility criteria for the other program is very low achievement.
So if the child were not achieving in reading, then they could recommend that change.
Yeah, they just would need to have to be evaluated and to take the assessment to determine how low they are and whether they meet the cutoff criteria. Right now, I believe that criteria is 40th percentile below.
My assumption would be that if they were there, they probably wouldn't have passed these tests.
Right. They're probably too good for that.
Yeah, there's a high level of, we're talking about students who are placing at the 95th percentile and above in order for us to recommend them to be in kindergarten.
As a person who was born on September 11th, fortunately, my school, it was much later. I was actually not the youngest in my class. I was one of them.
That's fine.
I just find the September 10th arbitrary, frankly.
Alright.
Well, I can tell you as an elementary teacher, I would move it up to May 30th. If I had my brothers, because in my years of teaching, what I found particularly boys, they mature a whole year slower than girls. It's not 100%, so this child may be really ready for things.
Yeah.
But they do mature physiologically a full year slower, and they are often emotionally not as prudent.
We don't know. That's
But we don't know, there's an
That's why
exception.
we know
There's
this
an
is
exception to
24720.
everyone.
24720 could be a girl or a boy. Is there any public comment? Back to the board for any motion or further discussion?
And we approve this overachiever as presented.
Moved by Quincy, seconded by Jerry. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And one last motion.
Move we adjourn.
Thank you. And I'll second. Moved by Jerry, seconded by Ellen. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That's
That's how I
everybody.
do it. I just skip.
Adjourn it.